everyone, I'm Tianna. I'm representing the Stacy-Ann Taylor studio and you're watching DYTV.
Okay, first. Okay, if you're going to stand with your legs slightly open, you might as well open it here. And then rest one arm, the next arm, switch, yeah. Fold them arms. Take my ball. Match it to the other side. No, match this here. Yeah. Bring your finger, your thumb up. Yes. We good? Ragamuffin? Yeah. We are here in Colebay, Sunshine City, St Maarten, and we are meeting for the first time with Stacy-Ann Taylor. Okay, so I'm sure you seen her somewhere for sure on social networks in St Maarten, in Jamaica,
maybe on the cover of a magazine.
Exactly.
In Australia, and I've never been there, but
you understand? So
yes.
This is why we're here today. We're here to find out more.
Yes.
You know.
About me.
Yes.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm wonderful. As you see, the color I'm wearing, that's exactly how I'm feeling.
Yes. So tell us, where were you born? What's your story?
My story. Oh wow, my story. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible, but it's very interesting. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, December 15, 1980, of obviously two Jamaican parents, father named Simon and mother name is Joy. I grew up in one of the most dangerous areas in Jamaica called Payne Avenue. I'm not certain if you're aware of that area, but it's really close to 3 Mile. You're familiar with 3 Mile? Okay, so where 3 Mile is, it's like an intersection that can take you to basically St. Catherine, halfway through downtown. So it's really like in the 3 Mile is really in the center of these areas.
Like
so
Crossroads?
No, not Crossroad. If you're at Crossroad, you're a little bit too far.
Okay.
So once you're at 3 Mile, you're gonna take the left like you're heading to town, downtown. So it's off that road, off Spanish Town Road.
Yes.
Yes, Spanish Town Road. So I grew up in that area. Life for me, it was not that easy, but I always have a dream. And some people would say they put the dream in the back of their head, but I put that dream in the sky. Because I always envision that dream, I always picture it, and I always feel myself living that dream.
So what was your dream growing up in?
Actually, what I'm doing now is actually not a part of my dream. Huh? I always wanted to become a flight attendant.
We are today flying on Air DYTV, and
yes.
Your pilot
is Stacy-Ann Taylor.
So tell us,
yes,
what was your dream growing up?
My dream was to become a flight attendant, yes, but of course, growing up in the ghetto, of course, it's not, you don't have the best life. Financially, you don't have the best life. But if I may fast forward to going to high school, I have developed a love for a sport. It's called netball. Yeah, netball. So netball is very similar to basketball. It's played with 7 players. Only thing, everyone is restricted to a certain part of the court, which they can be. As opposed to basketball, anyone can shoot and you can run all over. But I was playing netball for my high school, and because of that, you know, it kind of boosts my self-confidence and really helps to give me more hope into becoming, you know, to give me more hope into not to focus on the area where I come from, but more onto the life that I truly would like to live.
Yeah.
So if I may just jump to St Maarten.
How did you come to St Maarten?
That's what I'm getting into. So my My mother came here to live. I believe, I was maybe 15 years old at the time. So my mom came here to live, and I would come back and forth on vacation.
So that was
So
1995.
Yes, yes.
We born same year, so I reached
Yeah.
1995. So she decided to come
Yeah,
for work,
she decided
or
for a better life.
yes,
Yeah,
okay.
for a better life. So she would send for me and my sister for us to visit and to see other country, you know, just to be in a different environment. So while coming back and forth, I started to develop love for the island because, you know, coming from an island or a country where, you know, violence is really big, and then you're here on the beautiful island of St Maarten. It's not that we don't have violence here, but to compare to Jamaica or any other place of the in the world, I mean, there's not much really comparison. So St Maarten is really a quiet place. So I developed, you know, the love and from the peacefulness that I found within this place. So that's how I end up here. My mom, she sent for me, and, you know, just going back and forth, I wanted to finish high school first. So after high school, I came here 2 days after I graduated from high school.
Wow.
And I'm here ever since.
And you never left?
No, I never left.
So hold on. Back to that first flight out of Jamaica coming to St Maarten, did you speak with the flight attendant? Did you look at them different, or did you, how was that feeling jumping on that first flight coming to St Maarten to visit your mom?
That's a very good question. You know, it actually felt really good because I didn't grow up with my mom. So it felt really good knowing that I'm going to, well, I wouldn't say it felt really good. It felt, I had a little bit of a mixed emotion because I was going on the plane for the first time.
By yourself?
Yes. Yeah, by myself. I didn't know what to expect.
But you wanted to be a
Yeah,
flight so your eyes, you must have been like...
looking all over like a kid in a candy store.
Right.
Yeah, and then the plane touched down.
The plane landed.
The plane landed at Princess Juliana International Airport. I mean, comparing to what the airport was,
It was
you know, more
yellow.
than 20, exactly, with a little fence, and you could see outside on the road. But it was really good. It was really, really good. And knowing that I was able to see my mom, as I said, I didn't grow up with her, so, you know, I
Bonding
really
and spend quality time with her.
Yes, yeah.
In a special environment, no stress, no violence.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you're here ever since, so let's say 25 years,
Yes,
more or less?
25 yes.
years. Wow.
I do go back to Jamaica, but not as often as I would love to, because I have a family here, and, you know, things over the years have become very expensive.
Yeah.
So I can't just get up and...
Shout out to Caribbean Airlines, we are looking for the promos from St Maarten to Kingston.
Yes.
Bring them. This is the power. DYTV. You're watching DYTV Plus with Stacy-Ann, all right? And we're soon coming to Jamaica. That was Steve. All right, so you don't want to be flight attendant anymore. When did that transition occur in your life?
Okay, so that transition occurred in my life when I realized that after high school, I will have to further my studies. Things, again, it was not easy because, you know, sometimes we get the feeling that we're moving to another island or another country for a better life without even really realize that you have to start all over again because you become a newcomer in that country. So we're talking about working permits and those type of things, and those things doesn't come easily. So, you know, it's about trying to hustle to make ends meet. And the change basically comes when it became harder for me to really get the finance to further my studies.
Yeah.
And then I developed a passion into different things. So just like how Tianna looked, except that I didn't really have the height because she's just 15 and she's way taller than me. But when I was 15, 16, between 15 and 19 years old, I had the look of a model.
Yeah.
So coming to St Maarten, I was modeling for different boutiques and, you know, I was doing lingerie, not at 15 though, at 18 and 19.
Hey,
Yes, we make it clear.
mommy is watching. We're not letting off, you know, any wrong informations here.
No. So at that particular age, I was doing a lot of modeling, and I would say I was one of the hottest
She was the
girl
hottest
at the time.
Okay.
Yes, at that time.
So you Miss Hawaiian Tropic and all these.
I actually
you
took
did
part,
with
yes.
Lady B. You remember
Yeah.
Lady B?
Mhm.
Lady B
Barbara
used
Warren,
to do
yeah.
a bit of what
Hawaiian
you're doing,
Tropic
like
competition, yes.
chaperone, and shout out to Lady B, Barbara. Mwah.
Yes, Lady B, she have done a lot
For
on the
the
island,
models
yeah,
on the
for the
island.
models on the
Yeah.
island, yes.
Like bringing that
Hawaiian Tropic, yeah,
Tropic
Miss
was
Bliss,
big.
yeah,
Going
Miss
to Las
Bliss.
Vegas, you know,
Yes,
it was a bit, you know, a dream come true for
for a lot of youngsters,
girls.
yeah, at the
Yeah,
time.
and she had the guidance as well that, you know, so how
And
did
she
you-
had the right connection.
yeah.
Yeah, so I really got into modeling, but with all the experience that I've gained, I realized that I needed more for myself. I mean, I realized a lot of professionals now, if you work with, say for example, if you became a star today, if you become a star today, and tomorrow you do a show, your price is going up.
Right.
So you have to recognize your value,
Yeah.
and you have to keep topping it up. So that's how I felt at the time. I realized that, you know, the more requests that I keep getting to do different shows.
The more opportunities, the more experience, and then the more.
Exactly, yes. So with that being said, I felt like I needed more. So at the time I was not getting more, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna quit and focus more on something else. So I started to work, you know, different jobs. My first job was actually as a sandwich artist. That's how they
Okay.
put it, at Subway.
Sandwich artist, that's the way.
Yes.
That sounds good. Eat fresh.
Yeah, eat fresh, yeah. And let me tell you, I used to make one of the most beautiful wraps.
Oh.
Yes, I used to take my time to fold the wraps in, and then I take my time to wrap, and then I slightly cut, pack.
All right. No, this is very inspiring. You see the joy? You see the joy? You see the smile on her face? Subway could not break her down. All right.
Oh,
you know, she
no.
found pleasure. She, you know, she made the best of it. Okay. Certain situations in life, if you're not up, you know, it could break you. But
Yeah.
that made you stronger. You became an artist even
Yeah.
within that position. And this is where a true artist, you could spot them a mile away, because
exactly.
no matter where they're gonna be, they will be artistic with it. So from there, where did you go?
So from working at Subway, I used to dabble into hairstyling with my sister and my mom, because they've been doing it, as we say in Jamaica, from your idea, your knee.
Right.
So that means from your baby.
So that's where the aesthetics
Yeah,
came in.
exactly. And while dabbling into the hair, you know, I thought I really need to find me. I guess that's how it is when you're young. When you're a young teenager, you keep, you know, testing different things to see exactly
What
where
you
your
like.
comfort,
Yeah.
exactly where your comfort is gonna end up. So I, after working at Subway, a few years later, I got a job in the casino, actually, as a dealer, as a casino dealer.
Yeah.
And working there, I realized that I get along well with people. So that's where the customer service comes in. I realized that I get along well with people. But if I may go back just a little bit, I remember when I was in high school, a teacher, and up till this day, I remember her perfectly when I went to school, and we were having a conversation, and out of the blue, she asked me, "Where in Jamaica are you from?" I said, "I'm from the ghetto." She's like, "What? I can't believe you're from the ghetto, and you always have this joy on your face and this beautiful smile."
I pick up on that, you know. It's like the Itana song, Wrong Address. That didn't stop you. You remember that song?
Maybe if I
Because she's from
share, right?
Augustown, so
Augustown,
growing
yeah,
up,
yeah.
you know, she was going through the same, like when she go look for a job, the address.
Oh
wrong
yeah.
address.
They will look
Wrong
at your
address
address
was the
yeah, to
name,
determine if you should get a job or not.
Yes. So, you know, you took that as a strength to become stronger. That's definitely inspiring, you know.
Yes.
So, where did you go from there?
Okay, so from working at the casino, I think a year or two while working at the casino, I got pregnant because I do have a daughter. She's 19 years old, making 20 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in Holland studying. So after I made her, I decided I needed to get out of the casino because that hours of working was not good. And you know, I think a lot of women always want the best life for their kids.
Yeah.
You know, the life that they didn't have. So that's one of the reasons too I decided I'm not working in the casino anymore. So I found a job as a sales clerk on the front street at, back then, our own local store, own store, Liz Claiborne.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yes. So while working at Liz Claiborne,
That's where the fashion came in.
exactly.
Oh,
But let me give you a sweeter joke. So the fashion really came in because a day a cruise ship was in, and some tourists, they came to get some things. And this one particular lady, she came up to me, she said, "Do you guys have any Bermudas?" I said to her, "No, we don't." Afterwards, the boss was there. The boss came on the floor and she said, "What were they looking for?" I said, "Bermudas." She said, "There's no Bermudas?" And she take me around the store and she said, "What is this? What is this? What is this?" She said, "After today, you better make sure you know every single thing in the store." She put me in my place. After that, I developed more interest
Into the clothes.
into the clothing and also the persons, the customers, especially the key customers who would always come back, you know, especially the local ones, the local customers. So whenever we'll get shipment, I would, make a phone call. We have something in the store that looks like you.
Aww.
Yeah, this is, I see your name on it. It has your name written all over it.
So you enjoyed doing
Yes,
it?
I enjoy doing it. And a part of it, I used to spend more than half of my salary in
Buying
the store
clothes.
buying clothes because, of course, if you're in a business like this, I think people
You have to.
gravitate more to you, if you
Yeah.
wear the pieces.
Yeah.
Because then they will get a better idea as to what to wear and what not.
But I mean, the store should have given you the clothes for free.
They were
right?
given 50%
Okay.
discount.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just checking. All right. So the fashion.
Yeah, so that's where the fashion, it's deprived from. Yes, my passion for fashion deprived from there. And apart from that, while working there and helping these women to feel good about themselves, it makes me feel better about the job that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons why I chose to become an image consultant.
Yeah. The chaperone started there, right?
There, exactly.
Yes.
That's the roots.
Because when you see people look at themselves in the mirror and
Yeah, and then I can give them advice as to what to wear and they take it with open arms and it makes them feel better about themselves.
you give them confidence,
Yes.
and it gives you back,
That extra boost.
satisfaction.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yes.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so with my modeling experience and the image consultancy experience working at Liz Claiborne, I decided to combine both. And while being on St Maarten, I realized that there are a lot of young people who remind me of me when I was younger, and I felt like there's not enough assistance to get them to the places that they need to be.
Structures and
Exactly. So that's where the modeling agency comes about.
Wow.
And then I start to make connections on social media with different persons who I feel would be an inspiration to them. Then I kind of bring these people under my wings to work with them somewhere or the other.
Who's your favorite artist of all time?
My favorite artist, you mean in terms of what? Fashion, music, or overall?
Overall.
My favorite artist.
Could be
That's a
any
very
art.
question.
Could be any art.
That's a very good question. Not because I'm from Jamaica, but I'm gonna say Bob Marley because you know his music, the words it means a lot.
The message, yeah.
Yeah, the messages in his songs it means a whole lot.
If I say Grace Jones.
That's a very good question. People always tend to tell me that I remind them of her.
Yes.
But I don't really know
You
much
don't
about
see it.
Grace Jones. I see it.
Mm.
I see it, but only like if I'm scrolling through, the
Jamaicans
internet.
are not into Grace Jones. It's more like Europeans, no? Like,
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah?
I would think so.
like she's huge in Europe. She's like an icon, you know? But
Give me 1 second.
no problem. But you.
Hi guys, my name is Emmanuelle St Luce. I'm here representing Stacy-Ann Taylor studio, and right now you're watching DYTV.
What's your favorite meal? What's your food? What's your favorite country you ever visited? We want to know everything.
Oh, my favorite food. My favorite food is, I'm a die-hearted Jamaican.
Right.
I love my rice and peas. Like every Sunday, I have to get my rice and peas.
I can't
It doesn't
stop
matter.
fish.
It doesn't matter with what, but it has to be rice and peas. Honestly, if I don't eat rice and peas when Sunday comes, I feel sick.
Aww. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know, there's something with rice and peas, you know, because on my first assignment as stage manager for Heineken Regatta, I was super anxious, like I was,
Yeah.
stressed. And so I messaged a friend who's a manager of a big artist, and I was like, give me an advice, please. He was like, number 1, eat a lot of rice and peas, drink lots of water, and number 3, very important, kick ass. And it worked for 7 years for me. I applied those 3. So there's something with rice and peas.
I think
very
so.
powerful.
I think so.
Yeah. It, I don't know.
And my favorite country, I have not been to a lot of countries, but the ones that I've visited thus far, I would say it's Venice. It's Italy.
Italy?
Yeah, there's something about Italy that I really love. Maybe because I'm into fashion.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I mean, Venice is one of the most beautiful cities, and
That's where I got engaged.
Oh, wow. And okay, and the magic, the love. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that must have been an experience.
Oh yes, a wonderful experience.
So what was that a surprise? You didn't know you
No,
were...
I didn't know, no. Okay, so, growing up in the ghetto, you always watch TV and see these things, see these places and wonder, are these people real? Yeah.
really exists?
Exactly.
Like, or is it Hollywood? Like,
So we went on a family vacation, my husband and his family. We went on family vacation and he told me that we're going to Venice. I mean, I've heard about Venice again, but I always wonder, okay, where this is. So the evening, we were going just for overnight.
Okay.
So the evening we were there and I noticed my husband was, he was moving a particular way, like freaking out kind of. And I'm wondering, but why are you behaving like that? He said he's looking for something.
Huh.
Didn't know what it was. Anyhow, I got dressed. Exactly that. I got dressed and he was busy on the phone. I don't know with who. I didn't know who it was at the time. But
Oh,
only
so
after.
you're like,
Yes. So we got dressed and everything. We went down, we met with the gentleman who, I forget what you call him, but a gentleman who obviously drive the gondola.
Okay.
Yes, so while we were in it,
I don't know the names. Never been to Venice.
we
So
were
the gondola man.
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
solo mio.
So you're all dressed up. You're on the gondola.
Yeah, on the gondola. When we were sailing past this, it was an old prison. So the gondola, the gentleman was, pointing out the different areas as to where what was and so forth. And then by the time I turned around, I noticed Mr. I noticed my husband had the ring in his hand. Like, he said, "Would you marry me?" I said, "You don't have to ask." So you don't have to ask. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's yes.
That's a Jamaican yes. It's kind of rough, but
Yes.
it's yes.
That was one of that's one of the ways we say yes.
Oh gosh. So happily ever after.
Yes, this year would make 10 years since we're married.
Wow. So are you planning a vacation?
Yes, we actually planned a vacation. I wanted to do vows renewal, but 3 kids now on board, it's a lot.
And you're busy.
Exactly. Busy with my new baby.
So your new baby. Tell us about your new baby.
My new babies consist of image consultancy, makeup artistry, modeling agency, photography, and what else? There's always one creative content development.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
That's
So
the
what-
future right there.
Yes, that's the future, yeah. That's the future. I realized I didn't mention anything about creative development.
Yeah.
So the creative development part of me, I learned easily when I looked at pictures. Pictures or watch videos, and then I always practice, right? So I remember 8 years ago, this creative side of me really came forth. It was when I would see young people like myself, or who reminded me of who I used to be.
Your early days, the struggle.
Yes. So I would approach their parent because one, they're underage, and two, I feel like I needed to how to say this? I really needed to prove the kind of person I am. So I go to the parents to let them know and see that I'm trustworthy.
Yeah, to reassure them.
Exactly, because even up till this day, a lot of people have the iffy feeling towards modeling.
Yeah.
They always look at human trafficking and those type of things.
The pejorative aspects of
Exactly. So once I get the permission from the parents, or from the mother especially, because the dads, they're always, the ones that are, ask the mother. So once I get the permission from the mom, then I would reach out to 2 photographers, Elvis and Cameron, and I would let them know, I have this idea that I would really like for you to capture. I have the model, I have the outfits, and I have everything. So I would show up at the studio, and then the parent would drop their kids off, and then I would just create. I would just let my imagination run wild.
And this is the place you want to go with Stacy-Ann when her imagination runs wild. Because I definitely feel you on that satisfaction of creating, like getting out what's in your head out there, and even like while you're creating, you get let's put this elements.
Exactly. So in order for you to reach that kind of I want to use the right word,
Like a frequency, or
in order for you to reach that frequency, you have to be obedient. And obedient in terms of when the idea comes, you don't question it. Especially if it's a positive idea. You don't question it, you just keep working.
Yeah.
Listen, Be obedient, don't question it, just do it. As the Nike slogan goes, just do it.
Yeah, but why do we question it? Because we think it's impossible?
Yeah, exactly.
And so the fact that we question it is kind of like validating the impossible thing?
Exactly,
Like,
yep. Validating the
See?
impossibility, yes. Yep, indeed.
I think we should finish with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can do a continuation if you want.
Yes, we will. Like next time you have like when you're gonna enter that creative space.
Yes, then I would invite you.
Then you invite us and we come back.
When are you leaving?
Leaving to go where?
Oh, so you're based on St Maarten?
Since 1995.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was born in Greece. My mom is French, and I got here in 1995. I went to college in Mogul.
Nice.
And I was living in Paris, so it was, a bit of adaptation of how the place work, how people operate, and the language. I couldn't speak any English when I got here. And then I think the music. I think when you get to the Caribbean, you have to adjust your music, because the hip hop thing in the Caribbean didn't make sense at that time. So we switched to reggae, and then reggae, Jamaica, and then there's a girl, you must know her, Savannah G. Baker. She is like a creative art director for Vogue magazine. And she does, I don't know, I catch a lot of vibes, because your creativity has,
on Instagram.
yes, like the colorful outfits, the colors give you that Caribbean,
Yes, exactly.
energy, and then at the same time you have the power to be an art director for Vogue magazine. Definitely that this is where I see you in a very near future.
Thank you.
So when you get the call, we want to be here to document.
Every step of the way.
Yes, this is the fetus of a documentary that
Indeed.
Stacy-Ann will have to do for her life in the future, because I am sure 159% that Stacy-Ann will be on the cover of Vogue magazine. Not only in Japan, Australia.
Australia,
Right? So look out for her. Remember, I said so. and DYTV told you first, right? Maybe.
Yeah, and she said it, and I believe it.
Yeah,
That's what it takes. It just takes two to come in an agreement, and then you exactly.
Yes. Too many more, and I know it will work for sure.
For sure.
Together.
Yeah, definitely. And I have so much things within my portfolio that I would like to, to share and also to develop. But one of the babies that I really want to work on is to assist women, especially who have lost themselves over the years. It can either be maybe they've lost their jobs, or they've for whatever reason they've lost themselves. So I would like to work on giving them, indeed.
Oh.
I would like to work on giving them an extreme makeover.
Can you want to try with me?
Oh, absolutely.
I could be your Colebay.
Yes.
Yeah, because motherhood, you want the best for your children. You want them to be so good that in the process,
you
don't
forget
have time. It's not that you forget. You don't have time for yourself. You gotta schedule that shampoo at a very perfect time.
Indeed.
Yeah, so you have to be the best mother and the best woman to your husband and the best co-worker on the job. So it's a lot of pressure on women. I think it's okay not to be the best at everything. It's fine if today you're a great mom and tomorrow you're a great co-worker, and it's okay if you don't get to do both on the same day.
Indeed.
Right?
It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
All right, we have to stop because I know we're gonna stay here a long time. I don't want our energy is so it's very uplifting, and you want to stay there, and so
I get that a lot of time.
get the IG, the Facebook, all of the above. Make sure you follow her and keep an eye on her. She's going places.
Yes, and it would be good to have you come along on the journey.
We will be there. DYTV will be there. So stay tuned.
It's not about what you wear, but how you wear it. Thank you very much, DYTV, for taking the time out, for being here on this lovely Tuesday afternoon at Stacy-Ann Taylor studio. Stay tuned, guys, to see what I'll cook up, like some locry. And keep an extra eye out for what's to come with Stacy-Ann Taylor studio and DYTV. Love, peace, and happiness.
Hi guys, my name is Emmanuelle, and right now we're just waiting for the candidates of the Top Model Europe fashion show to arrive. And yeah, we're just here chilling, vibing, reminiscing on times, So yeah, just here, enjoy the vibe with us.
Hey! Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
Félicitations,
Keep coming. Keep coming.
I was a little nervous at first, but then I need to might as well show up, and that's what I did. And here we are. I feel great, excited for what's coming next, because it's just the beginning of a new chapter, to say. Oh well, but how I feel, and I would like to thank them also, thank all of them for supporting me, for believing in me, especially. Thanks, a special thank you to Stacy-Ann and Top Model Europe team. Big up DYTV, thank you very much. You're welcome.